writing process that, you know, just really surprised you in a way that you either really liked it or you didn't?
Okay. Yeah, so what really surprised me the most, so there's a pretty big twist in about the middle of the story. And then from that moment on, there are two characters that I introduce kind of towards the end of the story. And I actually didn't think that I was going to be integrating them as much as I did. And they're actually characters that I continue on with in the series. And I thought that they were just kind of going to be like one and done characters. I didn't know, like, but as I was writing them, I was like, actually, I like these guys. I want to keep them around. So, yeah, that was like the biggest surprise for me, because I thought they were kind of just gonna, like, that twist happened and then they were gonna be there and like they were gonna interact with these characters a few times and then essentially leave. But as I was writing them, I was like, actually, these characters are they're more well-rounded than I initially planned. So I'm gonna keep them around a little bit longer.
That's amazing. So in terms of, you know, your book and the characters, is there anything within the writing process that, you know, you would recommend as an indie author that other writers adopt or at least look into?
Yeah, so I mean, I say this all the time. You should really outline your story. Like, I know that a lot of people, you know, don't like to outline. They just kind of like want to pants everything. But I really think that having a strong outline for your story will help, like, when you get into situations of like, I just don't know what to write. I have now kind of written myself into a corner, or I don't know like where the story is going. If you have a strong outline, you can like at least know the next point of where you're trying to get to. So it's a little easier to write yourself out of those corners. Or if you're just like drawing a blank of like, I just don't know what this next character should say. And then having character profiles, because then if you're in that situation, like, I just don't know what they would say in this moment, you can look at that and be like, well, this is their personality. This is how they've reacted to things in the past. So like you can kind of at least glean an idea of how they can at least react to certain situations. So outline and then have character profiles.
So how helpful do you think character profiles are? Because I think it's not a very adopted thing that a lot of authors do. I mean, I know from the authors that I've encountered, outlining is a hassle. You do like prancing, which there's nothing wrong with prancing. It's just like, you know, like you said, you do write yourself into a corner at some point. So how helpful do you think those character profiles are, and are they changeable, those character profiles?
Yeah, for sure. So I usually start with like a super basic one, like name, age, race, what they're like what they believe in, like religiously, if they're religious, like that kind of thing. Like super basic things, what they look like, that kind of thing. So it can be changeable. Like if you find like, oh, actually this person doesn't believe in this certain entity or whatever, like you can change it like that. But I think that character profiles are really helpful, like just for little, like even small things. Like if you get into your book and you're just like, crap, I forgot what color eyes this character has, you can just like look at that like really quickly and be like, okay, this is what it is. So just like for small things, and then for bigger picture stuff, like what their like overall personality is like. For like a character profile, you can kind of even jot down like their little tiny arcs within the story. Like if they're not the main character, like how is this character going to start at the beginning? How are they going to feel at the end? Just like really quickly to reference, like if you're on the right track with this character, if they're going to be like a main side character to the main character.
Yeah,